Good evening. Welcome to the City of Joliet City Council meeting for Tuesday, October 19th, 2025 at 6:30 p.m. in City Hall Council Chambers. The Honorable Mayor Terry Darcy presiding. We're going to have an invocation by Pastor Stephen Allen of Greater Bible Way Apostolic Temple at 1214 Brown Avenue in Joliet, after which we will have the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Let us pray. Kind Father, we come before you this evening with our hearts and our minds clean and pure, ready to do your will. And we ask that you come down as we are in this civil meeting, touching each and every one of your civil servants as we look to serve you and to better help your people. I pray that you come before us and let your power rule and abide in this room. And I pray, God, that you keep us. Allow us to love our brother and our sister. Allow us to help our brother and our sister and support as we go along our way. We pray that you be a part of this room and let all things work out according to your plan. We trust you, we love you, and we serve you. In the mighty name of Jesus we pray. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless you and thank you all.
We'll begin with roll call. Mayor Darcy.
Here.
Councilman Cardenas.
Here.
Councilman Clement.
Here.
Councilman Hug.
Here.
Councilwoman Ibarra.
Here.
Councilman Moreno.
Here.
Councilman Mudron.
Here.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Here.
Councilwoman Reardon.
Here.
Before we begin tonight's meeting, I'd like to take a moment to offer the City of Joliet's deepest condolences to the family, friends, and colleagues of K-9 Officer Daniel Willis of the Joliet Police Department. Officer Willis was a proud 20-year veteran of the department, having joined the ranks in 2005. He dedicated his career to protecting and serving our community with honor and distinction. Yesterday, we gathered for his funeral service, joined by so many members of our community and the whole Chicagoland area. The outpouring of support reflects the impact Officer Willis had on this city and the respect he earned through his service. At this time, I would like to ask everyone to join me in a moment of silence as we keep Officer Willis, his family, and his fellow officers in our thoughts and prayers. Thank you. Thank you.
First, we have a presentation, CERT program graduates, presented by John Lukancic.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council. Thank you for having me here today. Today I would like to talk to you about our newest CERT graduates. And there we go. I might need you to do this.
Okay.
And give you an introduction to our newest CERT graduates and our newest CERT instructors. Just as a refresher, and for anybody who is watching who may not have seen us before, CERT is a community program where we recruit and train volunteers from the community for the community. This started back in Los Angeles in the mid-1980s, was adopted by FEMA in the 1990s. There are CERT teams in all 50 states. There are 3,200 nationwide. And there are 40 to 50 teams in Illinois, depending on the day. But you are looking at one of the largest teams in the state right now. So I'm very proud of these folks. What's nice about this group is even though the initial training is 20 hours, these folks go through a 27-hour training program in order to become certified CERT members. So I just want to reiterate our four core values for you folks. diversity, integrity, compassion, and respect. One of the things that we have a great deal of pride in is that every single member of our team, everybody that you see up here, has something to offer. It doesn't matter what one's particular talents are. It doesn't matter how old or young or what condition in life. Everyone has something positive to offer, and we are testament to that fact. So real quick, we're going to talk about what we did to get these folks trained. We'll introduce you to them real quick, and then we'll tell you what's going on with CERT here in the next few months. So our folks, like I said, go through a 27-hour program. You'll see that they go every 3 hours a week, every week for 9 weeks, and all of the things on your screen are what they learn in class. Everything from disaster preparedness, to incident command, disaster mental health, disaster physical health, weather spotting, all of it. I have been inundated with texts from these folks the entire week because of the weather, and I loved every second of it because they're paying attention and they're keeping an eye and keeping their communities and their neighborhoods safe. So this group, our group of 20 that went through just by themselves, went through 550 hours combined training, combined volunteer hours for their training, okay? I also want to introduce you to 3 of our new instructors. Detard Beyer, if you could raise your hand.
Where?
There you are. We've got Chelsea Bowen. Chelsea, where are you? And Bob Horn. These folks went on their own time to go get trained to become instructors after they went through our program. We also have Lachey Hudson and Magdalena Campos, who are our naloxone instructors. So part of our curriculum is to teach Narcan. What I want to stress is all of our instructors came from our first class that graduated in May. I'm so proud of these folks. They all wanted to continue to serve. They all wanted to continue to learn. So they're rock stars, all of them. This is our graduating class right now. I'll let you look at their names. I won't read them all to you, but I do have to tell you that every single one of the people on this list had something special to offer and have something special to offer to this group. So I thank them very much for being involved, and I thank them for getting through the program. Here's them with their diplomas. Go ahead, next slide. So just to remind you guys, we have one big giant CERT family, but we do break ourselves up into different districts. Kind of goes back to my fire department roots of having different groups in different places. So we have a group in every council district, and this is them up here. So I'm running out of slide space, and that's a good problem to have. So you'll see Councilman Mudrin, your district, you guys are doing great. You've got the largest group of all the council districts, so we appreciate, but every council district is represented and everybody is doing a wonderful job. So the last couple things I wanted to let you know is since we started this program in March, our members have put in more than 1,400 hours of volunteer time. That's training and that's community events. We've had 2 emergency call-outs, and we've had multiple planned events, everything from the Taste of Joliet to Blues Fest to New Orleans North. We've been there for all of it. We've got a picture with Darth Vader, Sue over there, and Chief Carlin. Got a picture with Darth Vader at Star Wars Day. So we've been all over. We've been driving the shuttle, and everyone is really, really doing a great job. So right now, we actually have a couple of members from our bilingual class. Our first bilingual class at the Spanish Center is underway right now. We're going to be doing week 3 this week. By the time we're done, we'll have another cachet of instructors to go out and talk to our Spanish-speaking community, which is sorely needed. We have a large population that we need to instruct everyone how to be ready for disasters. Our next adult CERT class starts on June 9th, coming up in a few weeks.
September.
Why do I keep saying June? September 9th. September 9th. Thank you, everybody, for catching that. And we're also starting a CERT program in the high schools this fall. So our community high schools are participating, and we are looking forward to that. So for anyone at home who might be interested in registering, we already have 16 people signed up for our September 9th class. So we've still got some spots. If you want to take a picture of that QR code, you can enroll right online, and we love to have everybody show up. And this has been a great experience for me so far. I thank you guys all for your support, and thank you, your CERT team, everybody.
Yeah. Okay, next, under Mayor, we have a proclamation for Just Us Boys presented by Councilwoman Ibarra.
Can I have Jace and his mom Ebony to the front? Do you have any other family members that you would like that? Okay. So, proclamation, whereas J. Samuel, at the remarkable age of 9, envisioned a world where all children could experience the joy of receiving toys when he was just 4 years old, inspiring the creation of Just Us Boys. And whereas the powerful dream was realized in 2022 with the establishment of Just Us Boys, a nonprofit social service organization co-founded by young Jace Samuel and his devoted mother, Ebony Parker. And whereas Just Us Boys has demonstrated an unwavering commitment to uplifting and empowering children and families throughout the greater Joliet, Illinois community. And whereas under Jace's inspiring vision and active involvement in Just Us Boys, he has made a significant impact through initiatives including 3 successful toy drives benefiting 200 families, distributing back-to-school supplies, and hosting pre-K and kindergarten promotion ceremonies. And whereas Just Us Boys also acknowledged and honored single mothers and fathers through We See You Days, recognizing their invaluable contributions to the community. And whereas J. Samuel and Ebony Parker continued to plan for the future with upcoming projects such as a community cleanup event and the development of Just Us Boys mentor program, further solidifying their dedication to the well-being of the community. Now, therefore, I, Mayor Terry Darcy, Mayor of the City of Joliet, Illinois, on behalf of the Joliet City Council, do hereby recognize and commend J. Samuel and Ebony Parker for their extraordinary dedication, inspiring leadership, and profound contributions to the welfare of children and families in the City of Joliet and surrounding communities through Just Us Boys. We ask the Joliet community to join in recognition and appreciation for their commitment to making a tangible difference in the lives of others. Dated August 19th, 2025, Honorable Mayor Terry Darcy. Congratulations. Would you like to say something?
First, I'd like to start off, thank God for without him, this would not be possible. I thank the City of Joliet, Mayor Darcy, and Councilwoman Ibarra for this great honor. I'd like to thank Bishop and and First Lady Fierce and the Redeeming Ministries for their continued support. I thank my family, my friends, godparents, and my club, and a special thank to Uncle Elvis for being here and support. And to my mother, I would not be able to be here right now without you. You stayed up till midnight helping me with new projects for my business. I don't know whatever this business would be without you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next is the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as written?
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Ibarra?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Next is citizens to be heard on agenda items. Is there anyone who would like to speak on an agenda item? Please come to the podium.
Under this ordinance memo 448-25 about this thing about the pre-towing here and inoperable or abandoned vehicles. Yeah, I want to say this, a lot of people can't afford to get their vehicles fixed because of the hard times they're under. And a lot of times people want to hang on to their vehicles because they mean things to them. Like I have my truck, my 87 truck just got returned to me back in December. And needless to say, it's everything that everybody else thinks is a piece of junk, but to me, it's the world to me. It's what I'm living for. So to be towing people's vehicles away and taking people's vehicles away just because they've been sitting in a spot for a long time, that's no reason to be taking people's vehicles away from them. It's not like they don't want to get them fixed or they don't want them anymore. They do want them, that's why they still got them. They got them for a reason. And you need to value what people treasure in their life. Like me, I'm still trying to even hunt down my mother's truck and try to find that and get that back in my life because of what it meant to my mom. It's the only thing that I have to remember my mom by. And for some people, this is all we got. Now, you want to start taking that away from people, then you just take away people's rights to live then. I don't think this is right. Or you want to pay to get their vehicles fixed, then pay to get their vehicles fixed for them. But if you don't want to do that for them, then don't be trying to take their vehicles away from them because this is what people live for. I mean, this is why we are alive for, to have things in our life that mean things to us. And so when you want to try to start taking vehicles away just because they've been sitting there for a while or you think they're not moving or they're junk, it's not how you feel about it. It's how that person who owns that vehicle feels about it. You need to treasure what people treasure in their lives and respect that. It's just like you can't be telling people what to like and what not to like. You need to value what people value in their lives. So don't vote for this.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak on an agenda item? Okay, seeing none. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Good evening. Larry Crawford, 613 North Hickory Street. I'm gonna find that number. The 44625 Municipal grocery retailer's occupation tax and the municipal grocery tax, as that's related to that issue that the governor passed and to counsel that, or how we describe that in layman's terms. I'm glad that we are looking at that in terms of making sure that we, as a city, retain that tax, and I think it's very necessary. The other concern that I have with that, or another concern, is that we have a $660-something million budget, up from up about $20 million from last year's budget. And so at some point in about 3 years, we're going to be up to $700 million in terms of our budget. And other people have come before the council in the last few months. The council has passed or considered proposing tax increases. And one person got up here and said, when does the bleeding stop? When do you stop taking it away? And I think I don't want to call it a necessary evil as much as I just want to simply say that taxes are necessary. And as we do that, my greater concern is that with the money that comes from this and other expenditures or taxes that we receive will be used for a number of practical things, whether it's policing or street improvements, sidewalks, and all those kinds of things. I think it's absolutely necessary. And so I'm glad that you're considering to retain that to that degree. The other side of it, and I guess I'm particularly concerned about my sidewalk, because I'm trying to determine where does the liability rest with the parkway and my fence on my street, because outside of my fence, the sidewalk is really a trip hazard because of a tree that's in the breezeway that has just really eroded it in a very dangerous way. And so I don't want to have the liability of something that the city has done in my breezeway, whether I don't think it's mine to maintain. That would be a liability as a property owner on my street. So as much as we'll have these funds to utilize for those kinds of improvement, I guess I want to be at the top of the list in terms of how those funds are certainly utilized, if that's what's on the list. I think it's important about the fire protection, police protections, whatever goes on in the daily operations of upkeep for a city. And I think that those funds will certainly be important to supporting that. And so I'm glad that you're considering passing that, or maybe you're not considering passing it. I just think it's a valuable resource for us to maintain, and I hope that you'll do that in that way. I just, and again, I just want to reiterate the fact that I don't want the liability of something that I think our tax dollars could relieve me of, in terms of that sidewalk in front of my house. Is just, I mean, my neighbors can't skateboard on my sidewalk because they're going to crash out right there. But just simply wanted to identify that. And I know some people want to complain about taxing, but it's a necessary thing that we have to do. And I think by retaining that particular item, we'll be supporting our city in a very constructive way. And I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Okay, is there anyone else who would like to speak on an agenda item? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to council committee reports. We'll start with Communication Technology and Information Systems.
Okay. CTIS committee met Wednesday, August 6th, 2025 in the executive conference room. In attendance were Councilman Cardenas and myself. We had a very small agenda. The first item was that we reviewed was a contract for CDWG Cradlepoint NetCloud mobile router licensing for 1 year in the amount of $44,278. These are the mobile routers that we use for secure, strong wireless connections for our emergency vehicles, our remote field workers, and our remote sites. Our second item was we reviewed a renewal contract for DTS for ViewWorks asset management software support and hosting in the amount of $70,000. The city uses this software as its official asset management system. This system also manages service requests, work orders, supports our Citizen Portal and Citizen View mobile app. Since its implementation, ViewWorks has been extended into departments such as Public Utilities, Public Works, Information Technology, Community Development, and the Police Department. It's also worth noting that in the 6 years that we have been using this software, the cost has remained the same year after year. Both items were unanimously approved to move to the full council for approval, unless Caesar has something else?
Nope, good.
Okay, then that's our report.
Thank you.
Next is Finance.
The Finance Committee met here in Chambers this evening at 5:30. On the committee is Councilwoman Sherry Reardon, Councilman Larry Hugg, and myself. The first piece of business was the ordinance maintaining the municipal grocery tax as part of the 2026 state budget, passed with provision that the municipalities to adopt an ordinance to maintain the current 1% tax on groceries. Groceries are defined as food and food products intended for human consumption that are purchased for consumption off the premise. The ordinance has provided us with an estimated $3.7 million in the past. The tax is not on groceries purchased using SNAP benefits. We voted to move a reclassification of a secretary to a higher classification who is a member of the 440 local. An ordinance amending the annual budget, accepting $1.9 million in a grant from the state for the Joliet Community Health Program. July finance statements, gaming, sales, income tax are all trending slightly above. Utilities, replacement tax, hotel, motel, cannabis tax are all trending slightly below. Overall, we are on track to be slightly better than the budget. Expenses are trending slightly below the budget. Sewer and water revenues are trending slightly above budget, and expenses there are also trending slightly below. The parking overall is trending according to budget. We have a museum report. Total visitors for the quarter, almost 6,000, of which almost 3,000 were at the prison and nearly 800 rooftop concerts for May and June. Travel expenses were normal for the month. Anything, Larry, Sherry, want to add? No. If not, that's my report, Mayor.
Thank you.
And Public Service.
Public Service Committee met here at City Hall yesterday, Monday, at 4:30, here in the council chambers. On the committee in attendance was Councilwoman Meredith, Councilman Muggerin, and myself, Councilman Hugg. We had a very, very short agenda, which was nice. We had 2 items. One was a change order and final payment. That was for the Advanced Traffic Management System, Phase A. We're going through some phases citywide to update and interconnect stoplights and traffic control devices around the city, which will improve their functioning and improve the flow of traffic. You know, like, you won't have to necessarily go through a green and the next light turns red before you get there. You know, they can be a better line. But anyhow, we looked at that. That was for a increase of $99,000, and which would come to a final payment. You know, as the first phase is done, of $333,000, just under $333,000. We looked at a resolution authorizing approval and execution of a temporary construction easement for the Rocklands diversion sewer, so we can get the sewer in there. We looked at the parcel that we needed the easement from, and it's at a cost of $10 to the city, which will come out of the sewer and water budget. So, with that said, those 2 items were reviewed by the committee and unanimously sent forward to the full council with committee recommendation to approve. Did I miss anything? I don't think so.
It was hard to miss.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I show no other reports. Under consent agenda, Approval of minutes. It is recommended the minutes of the pre-council and council meetings May 19th and 20th, 2025, pre-council and council meetings for June 2025, the special city council meeting minutes for June 2025, the pre-council and council meeting minutes for July 2025, and the pre-council and council meeting minutes August 4th and 5th, 2025 stand approved as recorded. Invoices to be paid. It is recommended this report be approved. Council memo number 440-25, award of contract to DTS for ViewWorks Asset Management, Software Support and Hosting in the amount of $70,000. Council memo number 441-25, award of contract to CDWG for the renewal of Cradlepoint NetCloud mobile router licensing in the amount of $44,278. Council memo number 442-25, approval of change order number 1 for the Advanced Traffic Management System Phase A project, MFT section number 21-00546-01TL to H&H Electric Company in the amount of $98,848.77, and payment request number 3 and final in the amount of $332,591.08. It is recommended council memos 440-25 through 442-25 be approved. Is there a motion to approve all said consent agenda items?
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Navarro?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Rudin?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Next is agenda items. Council memo number 444-25, approval of new position. It is recommended council memo number 444-25 be approved.
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve.
Any comments or questions on this?
If you don't mind, I would ask the city manager to explain this special position and why we're voting for it. Or the chief, either one of you.
Sure, I think the chief is better equipped to answer that fully.
This particular position deals with technological issues that a lot of people don't have. They don't have that skill, they don't have that training. A good example would be dumping cell phones or tracking social media accounts, tracking our flock system, putting together a case for our detectives to move forward with. The biggest reason why we need this position is right now we don't have anybody that has all the different certifications, and we're pulling people off their assignments in the Detective Bureau, which we're short in, to dump phones, track the flock system, things like that. We'd like to have one independent person that has all these different certifications doing all that while our detectives can remain on the street and working their cases. We don't have to keep pulling them off cases to dump phones and do other technological things.
Thank you, Chief. This is certainly worth its weight in gold because this is what we need. So, kind of, like you said, taking people away from something to do something else, this is complete focus, and this is what's been needed for a long time. So thank you for that.
Mayor. Yeah, Chief, we do have all our men and women up there in investigations do an exceptional job, and we have one in particular that I'm not going to say his name. He does a lot of this, but not all of it. And he even said that if granted this position, that the person that we're looking for here is exceptional, like very sought after from other municipalities. So I think this would be a big asset to the city of Joliet and the police department.
Correct, and a lot of times we're using that particular detective primarily in the technological aspect when it's pretty difficult for him to finish his cases. If we had 100 detectives up there, it wouldn't be a problem. That's just not the case. Right. And not only that, but there are very few people that have what we're looking for as far as certifications, training, background, things like that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Thanks.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Navarro?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Rudin?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Under ordinances, Council Memo Number 446-25, ordinance maintaining a municipal grocery retailer's occupation tax and a municipal grocery service occupation tax for the city of Joliet. It is recommended said ordinance be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions?
Mayor? Mayor?
Sure.
I won't support this, and I wanted to explain why prior to the vote here. Look, it's like we've seen a unicorn. The state of Illinois actually did something to lower a tax, no matter how much little it is. How I look at this, and yes, it's city taxes, revenues that are going to go down 3.7 million. How I look at this is, it's not about the $50 or $100, $150 or $200 per household per year. That's not huge, okay? I did some simple math, and actually, I think the per person savings would be higher if you just take 3.7 million and divide it by the 150,000 residents. It comes out to about $25, $30 per person. So if you're a retired couple, that's $50 per year. That's a couple of months of your copay on your medicines. If you're a family of 6, you're at between 150 and 200 per year. And again, the individual savings at $25 per person on average is not going to turn anybody's budget upside down one way or the other. But here's what I do find as an insurance agent, and it happened again today. People call up and they say, my insurance, my home insurance, my auto insurance just went up. Can you quote me? And you quote them. And you say, I can save you about $150 a year on your house. Let's do it. That $150 makes a difference to the 60%, 70% of Americans, because what they're doing is they're going through their home budgets with a fine-tooth comb. They're saying, where can we save? 150 here, 200 there, 300 there. Before you know it, you're saving $1,500, $2,000. This would be part of that. Some welcome relief to people on fixed incomes, the retired folks, and to folks who have families, are raising young families with 2, 3, 4 kids or more. And with that said, my grandfather, he raised me right. He never finished 8th grade because his dad died, and him and his older brother had to run the farm. He was a farmer before he became a carpenter. But he wasn't an educated man, but he was pretty damn wise. And one of the many things he would say, he didn't make all of these up, but one of the main sayings he would say to me is, take care of the pennies, and the dollars will take care of themselves. These look like pennies, but they turn into dollars for people on fixed incomes. They turn into dollars for a family of 4, a family of 5, a family of 6. And no, we're not going to be cutting police and fire. That's a scare tactic for anybody to say that. We're not going to be doing that. Even back when we had the great collapse of 2010, here as a city, 2006 to 2010, that was the last thing to look at. No, there's nobody up here. I can't speak for anybody, but I'm going to take a wild guess, myself included. Nobody up here is going to be looking to cut police. We have added quite a few new jobs since 2022 that are non-police or non-fire. A couple that were public works, and hopefully we have a couple extra plows in the street, So no, there's other jobs we can look at. Also, too, we just had the Finance Committee meeting. For the first 7 months of this year, we are $16 million up on revenues into the city over the first 7 months of last year. If the rest of the year drops back down and is stagnant, we'll finish the year 16 million ahead. So I guess if we take the 3.7 million away from the 16 million of all revenues, that's all revenues, taxes, fees, things of that nature, we're still at almost 13 million more. This doesn't end, it doesn't take effect and end until January 1st. We haven't finished our budget yet. If it's less than 1% of our total budget, and if we up here and the staff can't find a 1% shift in the budget to give a little breathing room, then we're not doing our job right. So again, this $50, $100, $150, $200 a year means nothing to some people, but it means a lot to some people, and it means something to probably 60% of households living paycheck to paycheck. So that's why I won't support it. Let's not grab away the first tax, it's not much, the first tax relief that the residents may be able to get, and one of the most taxed states. So that's where I stand, and that's why I won't support reinstituting it. Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome. Any other comments?
Well, I had some comments that I wrote down, but it's going to be pretty repetitive. I too had hoped that we could give some respite to our constituents, even though it's only 1%, but like he says, it adds up. Some people can say it's $1 on $100 of groceries, but if you can afford $100 of groceries, a lot of people can't afford that. Our fixed incomes and people that don't get raises every year, they are debating on whether they should take medicine or buy food. And if they try to do both, then they're cutting their medicines in half so that they can keep going because they don't have enough money. Every penny counts when you don't have a lot of money coming in. NICOR and ComEd are going to raise their prices. And I went there and gave this same speech to NICOR when it was down at Bicentennial Park a couple of months ago. And people are just barely getting by now. Inflation on fruit and vegetables is 2.7%. Everything's going up. Food keeps going up. And to have to make a decision whether you eat or take your medicine this is not acceptable. It's just not acceptable to me. I know it's sounding long on 1%. It's not that much money, Jan, but it adds up. Every penny counts when you are counting your pennies and trying to keep above water. So again, I was hoping that we could give some respite. The tax levy went up, the increase in water bills went up. Then there was that $3.5 million library loan that I had asked to wait, but no, it had to be done right away. 20-year loan. I never heard of such a thing. So, and the gasoline tax and the cost of everything is just going up. So I'm sorry, these are my thoughts. I had everything written down. So I too cannot support that. Sorry, Mayor. I've been inundated with phone calls, actually, over on emails and phone calls and just being stopped in the grocery store.
Can I say something? I just want to say I am not at all pro-tax. I feel like in the state of Illinois, we are taxed to death. But I will say this, that I am unhappy about our state legislator and the governor putting us in this position. It's that easy to wave the magic wand when it's someone else's money, which it's the city of Joliet's, in our coffers. We're in the middle of a $1 billion water project. I mean, we were running out of water for 30 years before this city decided to do something about it. Now we're faced with this $1 trillion water project. So while I am not at all pro-tax whatsoever, I'm mad by the state legislators putting us in this position to be the bad guy, because we'd lose 15 positions that are absolutely necessary by foregoing this tax. So those are my comments. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? I struggle with this decision as well. We're in the middle of our budget process right now, and the state has given us till October 1st to continue this, and if we don't, then on January 1 it goes away. It's really hard to do because we haven't structured our budget fully yet, and I know that $3.7 million is not a large part of our budget, but we're in the middle of finishing up a few of our collective bargaining agreements. We don't know where a few of those are going to end up. Most of them are done. We know that the legacy insurance plan that was set up in 2016 that ends in 2030 will increase our insurance costs this year. Was it $5 million, Kevin? So we do have to be prudent and judicial about getting our budget balanced and making sure we're healthy there. So we looked at some other alternative ideas, which would be either, I don't want to get into cutting jobs and all that, but other cities are doing some quarter-point sales tax increases, which that's $5.7 million. That's almost like not the right way to go either. That takes more money out of pockets of the folks that live here. So it's a difficult decision. One we have to make by October 1st, so that's all I've got to say about this one. Anybody else? Okay.
Okay. It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Navarro?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
No.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
No.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
No.
Councilman Hug?
No.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Council memo number 447-25. Ordinance approving an amendment of the WIFIA Master Agreement, and one or more WIFIA Project Loan Agreements with the United States Environmental Protection Agency, and one or more supplemental indentures, and authorizing the issuance of waterworks and sewerage senior lien revenue bonds of the City of Joliet, Illinois. It is recommended said ordinance be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Okay.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Navarro?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo Number 448-25, ordinances amending Chapter 3, Article 4, Section 3-150, pre-tow hearing, inoperable or abandoned vehicles, and Chapter 3, Article 2, Section 3-50, vehicle immobilization and impoundment, and Chapter 19, Article 2, Section 6, illegally parked, abandoned, inoperable, or stolen vehicles of the City of Joliet Code of Ordinances. It is recommended said ordinance be adopted.
So moved. Second.
Any comments, questions?
I just have one question. Chief, I'm just asking because it's or not political, but a police matter. In the past, we've had problems with abandoned cars because they've been there for so long, but then they would move them like 2 or 3 feet, and once they were moved, you could no longer take them to trial, and they would just play the cat and mouse game with the police department. So I was wondering, is this particular ordinance going to cover all those little idiosyncrasies?
Yeah, one of the biggest problems we have is once we cite that person, they move it for an extended period of time, and then they move it back to the same community.
Right.
So it'll have to repeat the cycle again then.
The whole second. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Anything else? Thank you.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Navarro?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo Number 449-25, ordinance approving a special use permit to allow the sales, leasing, rental, and maintenance of a new and used commercial vehicles, including semi-trailer trucks located at 3050 Shanahan Road, ZBA 2025-20-25. It is recommended said ordinance be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions?
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Navarro?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo Number 450-25, ordinance associated with Luna Estates. Ordinance approving the final plan unit development of Luna Estates, PUD-5-25. Ordinance approving the recording plat of Luna Estates, a plan unit development, RP-7-25. It is recommended said ordinance be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions?
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Recuse myself.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Navarro?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo Number 451-25, ordinance approving a variation of use to allow the continuation of a 2-unit residence and R3, 1, and 2 family residential use in the R2 single-family residential zoning district located at 361 Wilcox Street. It is recommended that ordinance be adopted.
Mayor?
Yes.
Councilman Cardenas, that's your district?
Yes.
We're good?
Yeah, we're good.
Thank you.
So moved.
I was going to say, Mayor, I was going to make a motion because I know this property, and it's been a 2-unit. It was built as a 2-unit many, many years ago. And the owner that lives there now has made many improvements, and it's just a real nice asset to the neighborhood. So I just wanted to add that, if anybody was wavering.
Second. No, there's no.
Are you talking about what is this?
Motion.
Second.
Oh, I'm sorry, I could.
It's okay.
I didn't know if he was going to speak. I didn't want to interrupt him.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve.
Any comments or questions? Okay.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Ibarra?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Verdon?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo Number 452-25, ordinance associated with Rock Run Crossings Drive subdivision. Ordinance approving the preliminary plat of Rock Run Crossings Drive subdivision P-4-25. Ordinance approving the final plat of Rock Run Crossings Drive subdivision FP-3-25. Ordinance approving the recording plat for Rock Run Crossings Drive subdivision RP-9-25. Ordinance approving the vacation of a 3-acre portion of Rock Run Crossings Drive right-of-way V-4-25. It is recommended said ordinances be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Any
Second.
comments? Questions, comments? Okay.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Ibarra?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Resolutions. Council Memo Number 454-25, resolution authorizing approval and execution of a temporary construction easement for the Rock Run Diversion Sewer. It is recommended that resolution be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments? Questions? Thank you.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Ibarra?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Next is the city manager's report.
I have a update on Chicago Street Corridor. Last week, crews wrapped up the majority of the masonry work on the city square structures. They also completed sidewalk replacement on the north side of Clinton Street at Chicago Street, and I'm happy to say those sidewalks are now open to pedestrians. Monday, the concrete driveway work at the Ottawa Street parking deck entrance was completed and the deck is open. Looking ahead to this week, ComEd will be installing power cables to the new transformer on Ottawa Street. That transformer will provide electricity to the new features in City Square. Electrical crews will also continue installing conduits and components within the square. The concrete base for the new brick paver alley next to the Ottawa Street parking garage will be poured. Work will continue on the soil cells and planter boxes in front of the library. And just a reminder, parking is still restricted to drop-offs and deliveries only in the northbound lanes of Chicago Street in front of the Rialto Theater. On Thursday, August 7th, I had the honor of making welcome remarks at a reception for new educators here in the city. I spoke about how each of them was not just delivering curriculum, but were shaping lives, inspiring minds, and helping build the future of our city, one student at a time. It was a wonderful event, and I was happy to represent the city of Joliet. That same week, on Thursday, I attended the Council for Working Women luncheon featuring Dr. Klein Namuo and the new University of St. Francis President, Dr. Ryan Hendrickson. Both provided updates on current programming and shared their vision for the future of learning. The emphasis was on moving beyond the classroom and offering more hands-on experiences. Finally, last Monday, I joined the mayor and many others at the grand opening of the new Hollywood Casino. It's beautiful. Take time to go see it or watch a football game. It was awesome. That concludes my report.
Okay. Next is public comments. Is there anyone who would like to address the council this evening?
Good evening, Mayor, City Council members. I'm Christine Johnson, and I'm coming to you again today. First of all, I'd like to thank Councilman Clement and Councilwoman Quillman for acknowledging the unjust and wrongful ban on 7 of us at the old Joliet prison. Also, thank you for the acknowledgement, Councilman Clement, that there were no crimes committed. That means a lot to us. A lot of people have looked down upon us and questioned our integrity, and thank you, because that's what we were looking for. I appreciate it. I spoke to you guys about the ban on July 1st. You know, we were wrongly fired and subsequently banned from Joliet Area Historical Museum and all its properties it owns and manages. I find it ironic, and I'm sure you will too, that a museum that manages a prison and preaches that inmates were not given fair trials, wrongly convicted of crimes, and incarcerated would do to their employees exactly what they claim is unjust and wrong. I don't know. What do you think? Currently, I am the volunteer member services manager and the gift shop manager at the Illinois Rock and Roll Museum on Route 66. I am and always have been committed to providing tourists with a world-class experience. I make sure that no guest leaves the museum without knowing all that the city of Joliet has to offer, including the Joliet Area Historical Museum, the old Joliet Prison, and the other historical sites. I would be doing a great disservice to our visitors and the city of Joliet if I didn't. I am an ambassador for the city of Joliet and proud of it, including the places I am banned from. I had hoped that what I said at the July 1st City Council meeting would have prompted the city's assistance. I am fighting so hard for my husband, and I am not going to give up. I'm going to be like Andy Dufresne from the Shawshank Redemption, writing letters until I get my library. Got it? I would like to share with you a portion of the recording of Mr. Peerbolt firing me. If you'd like to hear it, we can do it live and in person here, or we can do it behind closed doors. It's up to you. I'm happy to do it.
Let the public hear it.
It's not really appropriate to have public comment. This isn't a question and answer session. We have to keep decorum. So
Well, if she wants to play, it's part of her thing. We don't have to ask questions. We're just listening to part of her thing.
It'd be better to do after
I agree.
We'll do it behind closed doors.
Okay, well, I'd like to hear it, so.
Yeah, so I'm sure you can.
Okay.
Okay, well, that's interesting because it was an exhibit in the Inspector General's report, which of course was made public. So I found that very interesting that we can't play it in public.
The museum is a separate entity from
No,
us.
it's
They
not.
have their own board. And
Okay.
that board made decisions based on legal recommendations from the people that they had investigating the situation. The city of Joliet does not have a hand in all of that. So
You got money in it?
we do provide money to the museum and the prison. In order, it's the number one tourist attraction on Route 66 here in Illinois. So yes, we do contribute because it's something that we'd like to fully repair and have a part of Joliet's history when people from around the country and the world are visiting. But we do not have a hand in their decisions on volunteers or staffing or anything else. I only have authority, and this council only has authority over all the city of Joliet employees.
Fair enough. But let me say to you this. This has never been a personnel matter. It's been a personnel issue. Or not a personnel issue, a personal matter. Okay, we are 2 years out. We were never given due process. And no one is holding Mr. Peerbolt or the board of directors accountable for not giving us what we deserved in the employee manual. Okay? We came and spoke to you. And you never even emailed me back after I asked you a question of what was going on. You emailed my husband back.
Okay, we're going to stop this right now because that's not true.
Yes, it is, and I can prove
And
it.
we're not supposed to be going back and forth.
Okay, well,
Would the council want to help me out here?
This is not a go back and forth session at all, by any means.
Well, that's fine, but I was presenting and so, and unfortunately, no one will meet with me. Mayor Darcy, I went to your office to make an appointment when you came back from vacation. I've never even received a call. I followed up twice. Am I that much of an albatross? Really? I'm an ambassador for this city,
You're-
and I cannot
yeah, you're-
even go to the places I
Excuse me,
want to go.
yeah, your time is up. So-
Right, because I was interrupted.
I'll make an appointment with you so you can discuss this in my office.
Thank you.
Not that I can make a decision for you, but I'll let you discuss.
Well, that's all I'm asking for, is someone to discuss it with us and give us a chance. That's all.
Okay.
Thank you.
I just come here, this last week, I had my doctor's situation has just gotten out of hand. I lost my other doctor that I had, now I've been fighting with having to go to Will Grundy Medical Clinic over here to get medical treatment to get my medication that I need. Since I've been going over here to Will Grundy Medical, 'cause, they've taken me off my medicines I've been on for, I was on one pill for over half my life here since my auto accident in '97. They totally have changed my medication at this Will Grundy Medical Center. And then last week when I was there, I had my incident with my doctor. I didn't do nothing or anything. I had the doctor madly snatch my cell phone off the table, yell at the other person to get my cell phone out of the room, and then she gets me in the room by herself with her, and then she's just power trip yelling at me. I'm sitting there defenseless. If I was a cartoon character, I would have turned white and had ghosts coming out of my body. That's how scared I was of this doctor. I was so scared. I called you, Susan, get a hold of Bill Evans for me. The officer said he'd do a police report on it. Well, I thought I had a police report. I go down and try to get the copy of the police report about the incident last Friday. It turns out no police report was ever made. It was just an incident report. So I'm like, great. The officer said that this is never going to be investigated. I said, how is it right that somebody gets to take your cell phone from you and then have you in a room with them, and then they're going off on you and yelling at you for no reason? And every time I go to Will Grundy Medical Center, I'm getting abused, and there's even more abusement even today of trying to call them and find out what's up with my meds and everything. I try to tell them about the meds, the new meds that they gave me. I end up having allergic reactions, reactions with my body, having diarrhea, having upset stomach, having lightheadedness. And I tell the doctors this today, and what does the doctor do? I get a text message saying, oh, new prescription over here at the hospital. And what is it? It's the same damn pill that I just took that just gave me the allergic reaction, gave me the diarrhea for how many days, an upset stomach, and lightheadedness. I don't think this is right that medical places can do this and change people's lives up and change their medications on them. I've been on the medication, like I said, over half my life already since my auto accident in '97. Now I've been taken off it. Now I can't even have my pain medicine or have my sleeping medicine. So needless to say, I haven't been not been getting any sleep, and needless to say, I've been suffering. But I don't think that this incident of this doctor rudely snatching my cell phone up and getting it out of the room, and then sitting in her room, having me in a room with her, and her interrogating me and yelling at me for no reason. I didn't do anything that day, and I'm so scared. And this should not be happening. I do expect it, to be investigated. I do expect an arrest to be made to this doctor, because this is just not right. That this should not be happening. I'm not like anybody else that has anything like this happen to them. You hear other people getting attacked, and the attacker takes the person's cell phone and keeps them from being able to call 911 or call for help. Well, that's what I did. What was happening to me. And all of a sudden, every other people can get their justice and get people arrested. I can't get nothing done for me. This is wrong. It's like with my stolen cars, just with like everything else I've had happen in my life. It's just like I got no rights here. And I'm tired of it.
Is there anyone else who would like to address the council this evening?
Did you guys miss me? I'm back. I had some medical issues I had to tend to. Good evening. My name is Diane Matter. I reside in Joliet. I'm here today to ask a simple question. Where's the support for our community? It seems like no one from the city cares about the impact of the Love's Truck Stop in our neighborhood, despite it being just 30 feet from our homes. Because of Love's Truck Stop, an 18-year-old kid has died. How many more are going to have to die before the city takes responsibility? Why was a fence not put up to protect the public from such a big development? I guess because it was not planned. Is this the city's approach to community development and safety? It's unacceptable that we're being left to fend for ourselves while the city seems to prioritize other areas. A 13-foot concrete fence would be a good start to mitigate the impact of this truck stop. It would be an asset to Loves to invest in their business to have a concrete barrier to distinguish between commercial and residential area. There's absolutely no reason to have truck traffic or transient traffic barreling down New Lenox Road. This is a neighborhood that needs to be safe for residents to live in. Our children deserve respect to be able to get on a school bus and not worry about getting hit from all the traffic that Loves will cause. I propose a closure of New Lenox Road and Oakview Avenue. This will help keep our neighborhood safe from truck and transient traffic. After all, it is a neighborhood in a residential area in the community of Joliet. This should be a plan for the future that's implicated now before someone else gets killed. I don't think it will if you don't think it will happen, please step out of that bubble you live in and face reality. It's not fair that we're being treated like this. The east side of Joliet deserves the same level of support and investment as the west side. We're not asking for much, but it seems like our voices are being ignored. It seems like I'm talking to deaf ears. Joe, Larry, Jan, Sherry, Beth, Cesar, and Pat, what is it going to take in order for you to take me seriously? I invited you all out there to see this enormous project. I even called some of you. Have any of you been out there? I invite you all again to come look at this development and actually see for yourself what is going on. I don't think it's too much to ask to make this truck stop livable in our neighborhood. We're not asking for the moon. We're asking for basic considerations that would make our community safer and decent. The same thing that you would be doing if this was in your neighborhood 30 feet from your doors. Has the city of Joliet even thought about the dangers to a community that chemical spills will have in a residential area? Did the city even think about the safety concerns that they will now have to deal with? Did the city even think about the health issues that may occur living 30 feet from a truck stop? Did you know that respiratory illness, heart problems, and even cancer can be caused by diesel exhaust? Did you think about the crime that happens at truck stops all around the country? You know it's going to happen here. It's just a matter of time. So why not plan for the future to make sure our neighborhoods stay safe? Have you looked at the Love's Truck Stop litigations and what they were for? Violations galore. Plan for the future to deter the negativity that such a development will entail. This development should have never happened. Why did it? How irresponsible was it to approve a truck stop in a residential area 30 feet from homes? Who in their right mind would approve such a thing? What was the city of Joliet thinking? It seems like the east side of Joliet has always been the dumping ground, and that's why you thought it would be okay to dump a truck stop in a residential area on the east side. Is that what you truly think of our community? It's on the east side, it won't matter. Those people are all unincorporated. They can't vote for us. Let's do it. Let's dump a truck stop 30 feet from their doors. Let's ruin the other 2 gas stations while we're at it. They don't matter. Is this the future of Joliet? Is this the plan that Joliet thinks that is going to make them rich? Let's not forget the special permits being allowed without proper studies being done. It's like you are rubber stamping these projects without any consideration for the impact on our community. And to top it off, you're giving 20 years of tax incentive. It's a slap in the face to our community. Why would you go against federal guidelines and put your community at risk, knowing the negative impact on our community? I really thought Joliet was better than this. Now, by approving this truck stop, you have essentially given the green light for future developments to be built in residential areas. Anywhere they want, even in your own backyard. So for any future developments, such as truck stop warehouses or commercial venture, you now have to allow it because you've already set precedents for truck stops to be built in residential areas 30 feet from homes.
Just so you know, your time is up.
Yeah.
We let you go a couple of extra seconds, but we have to stick I hate doing this to you, but we have to stick with the timing. If your time is up, you're done. I'm sorry.
All right, thank you for your time.
Also, I wanted to say that the mayor wanted to make an appointment with you and was waiting for you to be well so you two can connect, and he wants to go out. He has been out there to see it, but he wants to go out there to see it with you.
All right, I thank you for your time, and I hope that you guys really plan for the future and take this into consideration. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to address the council this evening? Okay, seeing none, we're moving on to mayor and council comments.
Yep. All right, I just have one quick question on, are we on track for the 2-hour free parking in September? Do we know?
Yes, we are. You'll be seeing signs. A few signs have gone up. You'll be seeing more go up here shortly. The enforcement vehicle, the cameras have been installed. The software package is being tweaked, and the parking enforcement officers will be receiving training on that in the next few days here. So the answer is yes.
Awesome, thank you, thank you. I also wanted to make a quick comment on our comprehensive plan. We're still seeking input on priorities through the Joliet Comprehensive Plan Community Survey. The survey seeks to collect information on priorities regarding overall quality of life, homes and neighborhoods, jobs and businesses, transportation and mobility, parks and nature, environment, sustainability, and community and culture. We're asking for everyone to take less than 10 minutes to shape Joliet's future, and at least for the next 10 years. The online survey is available on our project webpage of joliet.gov/comprehensive plan. The online survey is also available here at City Hall. You can pick it up, the printed copies, and it is available in English, Spanish, Polish, Arabic, and traditional Chinese. So if you haven't done it yet, please make sure to take it. I think it's very crucial that we all put our input into this comprehensive plan that hasn't been done in over 60 years. So that's my comments. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, just congratulations to John Lukancic and the CERT team. I think it's awesome for this community, Joliet. It's going to be great moving forward. So congratulations on that. Beth, I just want to bring up eastbound Jackson or Bridge Street. The lights don't seem to be in sync. You're like stopped at the bridge, and then you're stopped at Joliet Street, and you just can't get through. It's like they're just not in sync. Also, on Chicago Street, is that going to be brick pavers, like in front of the Rialto, that whole block there? And if so, when is that going to start?
Are you asking about the roadway pavement?
The roadway pavement.
A portion of it is brick pavers. There's an exhibit, it's probably on the city website, and I don't know exactly where. I apologize. But there's like a brick pavers that extend from the front of the Rialto, like mimicking a red carpet into the square. The rest of the pavement there will be concrete.
Okay. Well, it's asphalt now.
It is. It was a temporary condition to open it back up to traffic.
So concrete, not brick pavers.
That's correct.
Okay. Do we know when we're going to start that, or?
The intention is to get it done by the snow flying this year, but I don't have a specific date.
Okay. And then Hickory Moran, that southeast corner, that is, you sent the email. I appreciate that. That is accurate. That pothole there.
Okay. We'll get someone to take a look.
And then I want to thank the chief too for Summit Street. I'm sure the complainant is listening, but we're going to look into that loud music. So I appreciate that, and that's all I have. So thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. One thing, and it's kind of on the heels of Councilwoman Ibarra bringing up what the state has done, and everybody make that decision. We all received the same email from one of our Springfield reps, I'm correct, encouraging us to vote no. I had already made my decision. I think most everybody up here thought through it and made their decision based on it. I find it ironic. I don't know if this rep voted for or against. Voted
for it.
For all the increases in Springfield? For instance, everybody needs to get plugged in, not just the city, not just the county, but to the state. I did not know this. In May, Springfield approved a rental tax. So whether you're renting a car or you're renting a wheelchair, a hospital bed, or a tent for your graduation party. So even the sick, those that are renting hospital items. So there's a list of things. They've increased it to the point now that the service tax on our cell phone services We are now the most expensive in the state. Number one, I mean, in the country, I'm sorry, in the country. There's a whole list of them. There's 3 categories. Those that were approved in May, those that were approved by the Senate but didn't make it to the House until, before the Springfield adjourned, and those that didn't make it through either house, haven't been denied or approved, but maybe looked at in the fall veto session. So I just wanted to make sure, like I said earlier, getting any kind of a tax relief from the state of Illinois is like spotting a unicorn. But remember, this was city tax dollars for every city and town and village. They're not saints. Look, really, do some research as a resident. The number of new taxes and fees and the increase in fees and some taxes in the state far outweighs the $50 to $200 a year that we could have saved. It far outweighs. If you hadn't raised those, people wouldn't be hurting as bad. So just a little reality check, and thank you for bringing that up, Councilwoman. We are the most taxed state in the union. Always remember that. Other than that, my deepest and sincerest condolences to Officer Willis's friends and colleagues here on the department, Chief. You and I spoke last week. I know people talk, his fellow colleagues talk extremely highly of him. He was one hell of a guy. And certainly my deepest condolences to his wife and kids. I believe he's got 2 sons.
Yes, 15 and 17, I think.
Yeah, so my deep condolences to the family, as I had expressed to you.
Thank you.
That's it, Mayor, thank you.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say there's so much that we do as councilmen and women that you never ever see. And I was named as a liaison to the Joliet Area Historical Museum, and the first thing I did was call, shake your head all you want, the first thing I did is call Greg Prebold. Not only was the door shut, the door was slammed. So I also tried. Not that I have to like toot my own horn and let anybody know it, but I also tried. There was other people that have tried. The other thing that I wanted to say is residents like Trista Graves Brown and all the residents she gathered together to make sure that our waterways are safe, and all of the advocacy that Trista did with all of the people she gathered have made a big difference, because there has not been, hi Trista, there has not been a single body pulled from that water in more than a year. And it was because of the advocacy that you did that got all of us to take a look and improve the waterways. So I wanted to acknowledge Trista. And then the very last thing that I want to say is my niece's partner of the last 11 years slumped after dinner last Tuesday and stopped breathing. And my niece actually performed CPR on him for a half an hour until the ambulance came. And he was brain dead. So I want to thank everyone that has called, texted, emailed, made sure that we were okay, donated to my niece's GoFundMe. This has been a very difficult situation for our family, for my elderly parents. My niece is only 29 and she has lost her life partner, her other half. So I wanted to thank everyone, and I also want to heavily encourage organ donation. Because of Ben Mueller's loss, 3 people's lives are saved. He was able to donate a heart and 2 kidneys. So I want to heavily encourage organ donation, and I want to thank everyone that's reached out to my family in our time of sorrow. Thank you.
I just want to say welcome, man, our new cultural special events coordinator or director, sorry. I look forward to meeting with you so we can get some events on the west side, east side, and the heart of the city, downtown, right? Also, my condolences to the Willis family and all of his colleagues and the family. Lastly, kids are going back to school, so please watch out for all the kids out there, the buses, and God bless all of our children and all of our schools that are going back. Thank you.
2 items. Last Friday, I was fortunate enough to be at Joliet West High School, where they had the ribbon cutting for their culinary arts area. Joliet Central opened up theirs last year. Joliet West has it now. They coordinated with people from Joliet Junior College to make sure they were going in the right direction, and if everybody has a chance to stop in to see it, they should. And because of my age, I'd like to welcome the Social Security Office who is now 90 years old last week. I'm not quite 90, but I'm pushing it. Happy birthday, Social Security. I'm done.
89 3/4?
We're pushing it.
Okay. Couple things. Now, when we have bad storms, Beth, and there's a lot of branches down and everything, and people are moving them to the parkway, are we going through and picking these up?
We are, certain areas that we've been made aware that are,
Okay.
that have been heavier hit, yes. But so if you have an area that.
Well, the reason I'm
they-
asking this is
Mhm.
because I had a constituent call me today and said she called somebody from City Hall, somebody that should know, I'm not gonna name the name, and said, we don't do that. We don't come and pick up the branches, even if there's a storm. I'm like, so I don't know the exact words, but she was so upset that she called me. She says, I thought, city did that. So I've had other complaints about other staff members, so maybe if they don't know, maybe they can say, well, I'm not sure, but I can get someone to get back to you.
Sure.
It's like as a common courtesy or just good service from
Yeah.
the city. So
And if I could get that address from you, that we can take care of
I'll
it.
give it to you later.
Okay.
But that's not the first call I've had about something like that with something else, and it disturbs me that we do have not new people, but if you don't know, just say, well, I don't know, I can't help you. Don't say that. Say, let me find someone that can help you. It didn't make any sense to me, but this is a reliable person, so otherwise I wouldn't be bringing it up. Okay. And kudos to Officer Williams and Holman. We were out Saturday. We had, it was music on the porches in the neighborhood, and there was lots of speeding cars, and they came and had it totally under control. It was a wonderful night. It was hot. It was a hot day. Unfortunately, the big concert in the park didn't go through because of the storm, but overall, it brought in many people, and it was a good time had by all. So we have it every year, so next year come again. And it's really something to see. All these new up-and-coming singers are getting their chance to get their music out there. Also, I've also had many complaints about people running stop signs. And I talked to the chief about this earlier. We have to do something. I mean, nobody stops anymore. They just go right through, or they'll slow through, but they do not stop. And I know there have been several accidents, not so much this year, but the year before, on Western. Every intersection has a stop sign. They just blow through. And it's not just in the downtown area. It's on the west side and east side. It's all over. People are just disregarding stop signs. And it's a danger. So Chief said he'll come up with something. So my trust is in you, Chief. And hopefully it will save some lives or save some accidents. One more thing I had was, New Orleans North was nice. It was a little bit different because second year in a row that it was down at the ballpark, but it was a very nice event. And also I attended the opening of the Hollywood Casino, and I hope they can do a good job because it's a brand new place. It's huge, it's beautiful, and they're not quite ready, so hopefully people should give them some grace until they get all their people trained and everything up to par. So other than that, happy second birthday to my great nephew, Mr. Bryce, who is a little character. And everybody be well and stay safe. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. Condolences to the family of Willis because we were out of town and I was unable to attend that week, so I apologize for that. Thank you.
I would just like to bring up the CERT class again. As you just saw, I became a member of it in the first class, and I'm so proud to be a part of that group. I know that 3 hours a week sounds daunting, and it's for 9 weeks, but I can tell you from my own experience, it's the fastest 3 hours you will ever spend learning and coming together with people that truly care about protecting our community. And someone said, pretty soon, everybody will be a CERT member. We'll all be protecting ourselves. We're growing so quickly. So I would encourage you, if you have any interest in it at all, to sign up for this upcoming September 9th class. You will love it. You're becoming part of a big group, a big family, and we all just love learning about each other and working together. So really give it a try. You'll love it.
Thank you. I guess it's my turn, huh?
Thanks.
As Beth mentioned earlier, several of us attended the grand opening of the Hollywood Casino. This facility offers top-tier gaming, dining, and entertainment, and will serve as a major attraction for both our area and the region. And I think people from all across the country. We're at the crossroads of the whole country, so that is one great casino, one great spot. It's kind of cool because they've already announced that they're going to have Bret Michaels in their venue. And I really see this being a high-energy place for our community and for visitors. On Thursday, some of us attended the grand opening of Fry the Coop.
The Coop.
That place is pretty good, I gotta tell you. It's number 10 for Joe Fontana. He owns 9 others around the Chicagoland area. Sue and I had dinner there on Friday night on our way down to New Orleans North, and it's really, really good. So I would highly recommend trying it out. We wish them many years of success. On another note, we have been working diligently to stay in dialogue with the representative of NASCAR. We hope to hear something pretty soon that they've made some decisions on where they're going to go next year. And I also want to say many thanks to all the CERT partners. That's an incredible group of people, and I know that there were some search programs going on to help find some people, and it's really much needed in our community, and it's really cool to see everybody coming together like that to do it. And someday, maybe if I get 3 hours a week for 9 weeks, I might do it myself. Right now, I'm looking for those hours. Other than that, I want to wish everyone a great week. God bless you all, and God bless Joliet. Thank you.
Okay, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, meeting adjourned.